Alright guys, today I'm going to talk to you about thatch in your lawn. Now, there's a lot of debate on this topic because some people go crazy on either end. There's some people who say, you'll never have thatch, so stop worrying about it. And then there's other people that are like, oh man, you got to dethatch all the time. Generally, what I like to do in the fall, the spring and the fall, is when the season's starting to change, just to lightly rake it up and see what's there. So like, for instance, in the fall, after the summer, a lot of times you'll get some die-off from your grass where it just, you know, over all the heat and the stress, it started to shed a little bit, I guess you'd call it, and you get some gunk there. And now, yeah, technically, you could probably leave it there and be fine, but if you can see it, it's affecting the look, so don't you want to get it up? And then conversely, in the springtime, you know, I like to rake any dead stuff that might have been from, you know, the fall or whatever. But that's the more normal one. The dethatching in the fall, I feel like it's a part of the puzzle that some people miss. And today I'm going to show you just two different ways of doing it. I got two different tools. Hold on. Alright, I got an official dethatching rake, which has these hard, I don't even know what they're called. It's hard and sharp metal, and then I've got my favorite rake here, which you see is just little tines. And I'm leaning towards this one now. I didn't have this in previous years, so I always use this guy, but this doesn't follow the grooves and contours of my lawn. And I feel like this does too much damage to the good grass. Because your goal here isn't to pull up all the good stuff, it's just to lighten up some of the thatch so that more nutrients can get to the ground, especially if you're going to be overseeding. But you know, it gives it a little bit better look. And you can see the backyard is my kids trample on it all day, every day, the whole summer. You can see over here, they still got a kiddie pool that's out, that's drying out. It's basically, it gets a lot more wear and tear and abuse. And if you watch my videos, you know, that's where I sprayed the fire extinguisher and did a lot of damage. So I'm just gonna show you real quick a little comparison. I guess I'll do it there so I don't have to move the camera. Let's see, how far do I gotta go? Not bad. So with the rake, I feel like you can go quicker and wider and do a better job because you're not worried about hurting the lawn. With the metal one, you see I flipped it two different ways. One way, it slid really easy, so it feels like it's not pulling anything up. The other way, you slide it and it's pulling up, but it feels like it's pulling the good grass too. So a lot of people like those, but that's a lot of back and forth. And then of course, after you do this, you want to go over it with your lawnmower and bag it just to vacuum up the gunk. But I'm telling you guys, the Groundskeeper II, they got them at Ace Hardware now. I think that's where my friend got his originally, and then when I went to get one, they didn't have it. They have a website. But yeah, it's, ouch, you stepped on my toe. What do you have to say? But yeah, this guy does really good, and so I'm just kind of putzing around. Some people go crazy and will, you know, have some special way of doing it. I just look at what you can see. If you can see brown grass, then I'm gonna rake over it and see what comes up. All right, let's see here, come on. So you can see right here, you can clearly see the color difference of where I raked or not. And then the pile of stuff that I'm gonna have to vacuum up. And The difference, I mean, there's still brown stuff because I'm not ripping it out, but you can see the dirt, whereas over here, you don't see the dirt. And so this is one of those like debatable topics where, you know, people argue all the way, but I personally, I like doing a light raking and getting the gunk up so it just looks a little bit better right before we start to get into the fall. I'm still debating. I might overseed, I might just go aggressive with the nitrogen here. Because with Kentucky bluegrass, you can kind of do either way. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Have you guys decided? I mean, if you haven't decided, yeah, you still can go around and do some raking and get any of the, having trouble thinking with this guy. Where'd he go? The die off or the shedding, that's what it was, the shedding. So if you get the shedding stuff up, it's gonna look better, and then you can actually tell, because while I'm doing that, it's fluffing up the good grass too, so I'm starting to see, okay, it's not as bad as I thought it was. It got a hurting from all the abuse, especially with it being a new lawn. Next year it'll be less and less because as the grass matures, it gets stronger. And he's not swearing, by the way. I forget what I forget what word he's trying to say. Oh, I think it's, I don't know. But it's not, we don't swear in front of him, so he's not swearing. All right, I totally lost my train of thought, but I'm telling you, that rake is so much better for dethatching that. That's what I'm going with now, and the other one will be kept just for videos to show that I know what it is, because, you know, all the comparison videos, everybody wants me to have like every version of everything, and I just show you guys what I use. And if people want to send me other stuff, or if I know somebody who's got something else, I'll play with it and show you guys, but I'm not gonna go out buying everything. So what are you saying, buddy? I can't remember. I'm gonna ask my wife what he's saying. All right, so he's barking like a chicken. Are you a, come here, hey. Now he's saying I a chicken. All right, come here. Hold on. Listen, are you being a tiger? Is that a tiger noise? No. Is it a chicken? Are you being a chicken? You silly boy. All right, you can see, wow, that's a big pile for just a couple passes, but I actually have more thatch than I thought, but it's been a rough year for the backyard. The front yard, well, let's go do a test. I don't think there's thatch in the front. Great, I just tripled my workload. I thought there was none over there, so now that's gonna bother me. So I guess I'll be raking the front too. You guys get the point. And it's something little you can do while the grass is recovering from the summer and you're waiting for it to start to go crazy again. And then it's soon as gonna be game time. So get your seed if you're gonna be overseeding or renovating, and get your urea if you're gonna be doing aggressive nitrogen or even just normal nitrogen. All right, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. It's what makes this really enjoyable and fun, making all these videos. And be sure to check out the ones below. Have a great day. Bye.